class. And how are we doing this morning? Very well. So, to begin today's lesson, I'll be placing some shapes. I want you to pay keen attention to. Good. So we have 4 shapes, right? What can you observe about these shapes? Yes, Shania. They all have 4 sides. Very good. Isaiah? Yes, we also have 4 angles. Yes, Anna. All look like the parallelogram. If we do slanted change, we can get all of the shapes. Well, yes. Very good. Give yourself a round of applause. So for today's lesson, we will be looking at area of the parallelogram, right? And the objective for today's lesson is given the formula for finding the area of the parallelogram, you student will be able to solve at least 4 out of 5 questions, right? So, very good. Let us move on. But can anyone tell me what is a parallelogram? Yes, Ishmael. It's a 4-sided figure. Well, yes, it does have 4 sides. Anything else you can see? They have parallel lines. Very good, Alicia. Anything else? 4 angles. So a parallelogram is a simple quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides. 1, 2, 1, 2. The opposite or facing side of the parallelogram are equal length to the opposite angle in the parallelogram, right? So these angles, opposite angles are equal, right? Good. So what we want to look at now is the properties of the parallelogram, right? Okay, students. So now we'll be looking at the properties of a parallelogram, right? Number 1 states. Okay, number 1 states opposite sides are parallel and congruent, right? That means, what does the word congruent mean? It's congruent to something else. It means that opposite sides, it's like I would say opposite sides. So, opposite sides, they're parallel and they're also congruent, meaning that they're equal, right? So whatever is this side is also this side. Do you understand that? It says number 2, the opposite angles are congruent, meaning opposite angles are equal. Number 3, the consecutive angles are supplementary. Can anybody tell me what supplementary means? Yes, Tim, what does supplementary mean? They add up to 180. Very good. Number 4, if any one of the angles is a right angle, then all the other angles will be right angles. So if this is 90, this is 90, this is 90, and this is 90. Right? The 2 diagonals bisect each other. So diagonal, we know it's a slanted line, so it must divide the shape into equal parts. The diagonals, they will bisect each other. Each diagonal bisects the parallelogram into two congruent triangles. So we have our, okay, let me demonstrate. Yes, when we have our diagonals, it will form two congruent triangles, right? Meaning that the triangles have to be very good to equal. Alright? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to play an audio PowerPoint. I want you to listen carefully. Now I will be sharing an audio PowerPoint presentation. Is everyone seeing my screen?
One of the most important theorems is a diagonal of a parallelogram divides into two congruent triangles. Let us prove that. We take a parallelogram ABCD and draw a diagonal ABC. It divides the parallelogram into triangle BC and CD. Now we compare the two triangles. BC and AB are parallel as they are opposite sides of a parallelogram, and the opposite sides of parallelogram are parallel. And AC is transversal, so angle BCA equal to angle CAD as they are pair of alternate angles. Same way, AB and DC are parallel as they are opposite sides of the parallelogram, and AC is transversal, so angle CAB is equal to angle ACD as they are pair of alternate angles. AC is the common side. So these two triangles are congruent following the AC rule. So we can say a diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. Solve for height.
Now let's look at a parallelogram. And in this parallelogram, our base still has length b, and we still have a height h. So when we talk about the height, we're not talking about the length of these sides that we have drawn the diagonally. We're talking about if you go from this side up here, and you were to go straight down, if you were to go at a 90-degree angle, if you go perpendicularly straight down, you get to this side, that's going to be our height. So in a situation like this, when you have a parallelogram, you know its base and its height, what do we think its area is going to be? So at first it might seem, oh yeah, this isn't as obvious as if we're dealing with a rectangle. But we can do a little visualization that I think will help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chunk of area from the left-hand side, actually a triangle on the left-hand side that helps make up the parallelogram, and then move it to the right. And then we will see something somewhat amazing. I'm going to take this chunk right there. So it's still the same chunk there. I'm just going to move this section of area. Remember, we're just talking about how much is space is inside of the parallelogram. So I'm going to take this area right here, and I'm going to move it to the right. What just happened? What just happened? What just happened when I did that? Well, notice, it now looks just like my previous rectangle. And just by taking some of the area, like using the left and moving to the right, I have reconstructed this rectangle. So they actually have the same area. The area of this parallelogram, or what used to be the parallelogram before I moved that triangle to the right, is also going to be the base times.
So based on our discussion that we had from our audio PowerPoint, I would like you to work this problem. Find the area of a parallelogram whose base is 5 centimeters and height of 8 centimeters. Right? So take 2 minutes and work it, and I would like you to share your answers in the chat. Right? So you may begin. Okay, students, are you finished? Very good. Let me see. Who would like to share the answer? Yes, Rondell. Area. Equal base times height. And our base is 5 centimeters. And what is our height? 8 centimeters. So the area of this parallelogram is area is equal to 40 centimeters. What is area measured in? Square. So it will be 40 centimeters square. Right? Is that understood? Good. So now we have formulas used in calculating area of a parallelogram, right? And from the audio that was played, we know that to find the area of a parallelogram is base times height. And to find the area of triangle, it's half base times height, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give 3 examples that you will work. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give three questions that you're going to work. Everybody, because I would randomly select students to share your answers, right? So look on the board for your questions. You have your 3 questions to work. The first one states, find the area of a parallelogram whose base is 6 centimeters and height 10 centimeters. Secondly, what is the area of a parallelogram with height 7 centimeters and base 3 centimeters? And then they give us a shape, and you have to find the area of this parallelogram, right? Let me see how you're going to work number 3. And remember, everyone have to work because I will be selecting different students to work. So you may begin. You got, let's say, 5 minutes to complete your activity. Yes, Ashley, what did you get? Area equal base times height. And our base is 6 centimeters times the height of 10 centimeters. So the area of that parallelogram is 60 centimeters square. Okay, Jacob, so what did you do for number 2? Our formula is area equal base times height. We had a base of 3 centimeters times the height of 7 centimeters, and that is going to equal to 21 centimeters square, right? So Tashana, you're going to tell me how we're going to work the last one. Yes, Tashana, what did you do? You found the area of a triangle and then the area of the rectangle. So area of triangle is half base by height. That's going to equal to half times the base of this is the base of the triangle, which is going to be 6 centimeters. Very good, times the height. I hope you didn't use the 2 and you use the 3. And then we cancel out 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 6, 3, and then 3 trees is going to be 9 centimeters square. Alright? And then the area of the rectangle is going to be length by width. Now we have a length of 5 centimeters and a width of 3 centimeters. Right? And 5 trees is 15 centimeters. So the area of the composite shape is going to equal to what, Shana? 15 centimeter square. Plus 9 centimeters square. And how much are we going to get? 24 centimeter square. We're going to work one more example. Right, I have typed it in the chat because this one is a worded problem. And it reads, the base of a parallelogram is thrice its height. If the area is 192 centimeters square, find the base and the height. Right? So let us analyze this problem. So we know the formula is area equals base times height. The area is 192 centimeters square. And the base is stated to be 3 times the height. And we don't know what is the height. So 192 centimeters square is going to equal to 8 multiplied by 8 is going to give us 3/8 squared. Okay? So 192. Since we want to make 8 the subject of the formula, we'll first move the 3. So it's going to be 192 divided by 3 is going to equal to 8 squared. Is everyone seeing that? When we divide 3 by 192, we're going to get 64 centimeters, and that is going to equal to 8 squared. But we still haven't found h. So now we're going to find the square root of 64, which is going to equal to 8. And the square root of 64 is 8. So h is equal to 8 centimeters. That's the height, but what is the base? And it stated that the base equals to 3 times the height. And 3 times 8 is going to give us 24 centimeters. Right, so this is our base. Do you understand? Very well. So now I'll be sending your worksheet. In the chat, you'll use the link to gain access to your worksheet, and you will have 20 minutes to complete your activity. Okay? Everyone is complete with their worksheet. What you're going to do now, you're going to work in pairs. You're going to play a game called pair share activity. So you take it as a pair and you're going to share your ideas as a pair. So what you're going to do is select a partner, and you and your partner is going to share 2 things that you learned from today's lesson, and then we're going to share it with the class. Okay? Yes, we know we may get some points coming back, but it's okay. So you and your partner take 5 minutes, think about what you've learned together, and then we're going to have the different pairs sharing your answers. Okay, so you may begin. Okay, students, I've seen very good work today. Give yourself a round of applause. Now class is dismissed. You may leave.